And after that harrowing experience that was that delve into the Midnight Channel, we have another harrowing experience in physical form. Yeah, so Kanji's only a first year, and he's actually one of the youngest characters in this game at only 15. He was intended to be older earlier in development. Oh, please don't mention expulsion when I'm playing P5. And it's back to everyday school life. Today at lunchtime, we're being approached by... Oh, hey, Yukiko.
Oh.
We have not been able to hang out with you yet. And we are going to be hanging out with her very soon, but not today. Today, we'll be going to daycare again. And also turning in all of that enormous avalanche of quests that we completed in the Midnight Channel last time. Hey, it's both Yukiko and Chie. And we'll be seeing neither of them, unfortunately. And Ayane.
Oh, Senpai.
So yeah, a lot of potential rank ups today. I do like how, yeah, anyone who approaches you at lunchtime, it means they're ready to rank up. I don't know if Persona 5's text messages work that way as well. But anyway, Kanji is still recovering from having punched himself in the face, so he'll be away from school for, unfortunately, quite a while. We did this one very far away from the deadline, so unfortunately we're going to have to wait a long time before we see Kanji again, which is a shame because he's an amazing character. But we can give her the demon statue. Now let's give her the angel statue. That's the one she asked for, after all. And yep, as you probably guessed, it's chess keys. Otherwise known as the items that, actually boys do need them, just look at Yosuke's luck stat. But yeah, otherwise known as the items that I often find lying around in my inventory in Fire Emblem, because often you get more of those than you know what to do with, and you tend to just mostly use thieves to open chests anyway. So, now we can turn in the demon statue to the Edgelord Club. I wonder what happens if you try and give them the angel statue, although to be honest, in SMT, angels are also pretty edgy. Let's not do that, because if you do that, he could probably die, because that's what Mudo does. Dokudami T. Yeah, at least it's a quest completed in our log. That would have been much more useful before we fought. Well, I mean, you don't have to have fought Shadow Kanji yet. In fact, most people don't do Shadow Kanji this early, so yeah. And no pretext at all, it's just, here's the suspicious pole. Now, Miss Sofue's rewards are actually really good. Pulsating Stone. I'll just quickly go into my inventory and show what this does. Restores 100 SP to an ally. And her later rewards get even better. And now let's give you the Ritz Wire. Olympic Tape is a reskin Supersonic. It buffs the agility of the whole party, but I believe it's also one of a kind. You get a lot of quest items like that, and they always, to me, suffer from that, I don't know, rare item RPG syndrome, where it's just like, it's not really too awesome to use, as TV Tropes calls it, because like, I'd like to use it, but you never get an item like that again. Hey, don't call him a stupid delinquent kid. You never get an item like that again, so I just kind of like to keep it as a trophy. Well, it was part of a table that's alive. Let's not tell her that, though. And we get 5 royal jellies, which just cure ailments, I believe. So we've turned in all of those. And I believe there was at least one more. Oh, that one. Okay, I can handle that soon, too. Okay, yeah, it's the sake. Okay, I can just go into town and, do that. Also, it's Monday again, and that means that we can raid the vending machines again. Things never change, because you also raid vending machines in Persona 5. Also, hi, cat. We might be seeing more of that cat later. Now let's just walk away before people find out that this guy got a teenager to get him alcohol. Also, I'm not sure how, good, like, cognitive TV world alcohol tastes, but probably as good as you think it does. And yeah, kanpai is, basically the Japanese equivalent of saying cheers before drinking something. It's basically what you say before drinking, usually alcohol. So that's that done. I'm gonna actually quickly head back to Yasogami because I wonder if, can you do this if Chie's social link is available? Yes, you can. Chie might know something about a snack that tastes bad. Meat gum. Yeah, I love how just implicitly use like takes one look at this and goes, yep, this is what she wanted. And it's like, no, please don't bring that to the TV. So now we can go into town and give this that lady in the central shopping district, and it will horrify her so much that she won't ever want to eat snacks again. Also, there's a new quest here. And remember how I said ages ago that you want to keep at least one peach seed? This is why. I don't know why he's trading a book for just a peach seed, but I won't question it. And with that we get the gentle way. Which I think is actually what judo translates as in Japanese. Well, don't blame us if you pass out. So yes, Chie eats things that are so disgusting they turn people off of junk food in general. And that completes another hermit request. Also, Namatame's in town now. Unfortunately, that's what being a politician kind of does to you. Everything you do gets scrutinized. Okay, I need a temperance persona. And with that, let's go! You have Apsara's relationship with Eri will deepen. Get used to that while you still can. Bringing this up for the first time. Phoenix Range is kind of a recurring thing in the Persona series, has been ever since I think like Persona 2. I think it was a pretty significant plot point back then. But yeah, the daycare job and Featherman becomes even funnier in the anime. It's also a lot funnier when you know that Johnny Young Bosch used to play a Power Ranger. And understanding Up. I think that's also ahead of the guide.
Let's go home. Huh?
Things are still strained, it looks like. You're all he has right now. I think you two need to make an effort to bond soon. Otherwise, things are gonna get very awkward. Oh, by the way, this line here, Smiling Riley, for some reason this game's translators love that, because you'll see that a lot more in Social Link from now on. We should really make a wry smile count from this point. Well, he couldn't have really predicted that, but that makes things a lot harder. None of the dialogue options affect points for this rank.
Huh?
Oh, there he is. So we find out a little bit more about her situation here. I did feel it's kind of weird that he didn't tell her he had a child until right before they were going to get married.
It was nice seeing you.
I think that's a little bit more money than average.
Welcome home.
And I've been told to check the fridge today by the guide. I really hope... Is this the one? Is this my favorite one in the game? Yes, it is! I've been waiting for this one. So, right here, this sequence of lines is some of my favorite dialogue in all of video games. A single slice of ham lies lonely on a paper plate. Something about it disturbs you. You left it alone. It's so nonsensical, but that just makes it even funny. I just love those lines. It's just one of those times where I'm just like, okay, video game writers have a lot of fun sometimes. But tonight we're going to read The Gentle Way. Reading it may increase knowledge/expression. Unfortunately, it has 4 chapters. Usually these books are best saved until you have something else from a little bit later, but we're being told to read this now, and yes, it is about judo. I think it was like, was it Machoke that's original English name was going to be Judo? Which is kind of funny considering that they would later introduce actual judo Pokemon with Throh, or as I used to pronounce it, Throch, in Pokemon Black and White. Cutting straight to the end of the day, I see. And today is interesting because we're going to be hanging out with Yukiko for the first time. Get used to it. From now on, we're going to be doing a lot of her social link. I might want to check around school to see if some people have interesting conversations now, because we haven't really checked in with a lot of the people at school recently. Well, I get the feeling that the bikers would find a way. Yeah, see, I still really like that NPC. I wish she got a little bit more focus. You don't really get to see much with her other than some of the, quests. Oh, well, Kanji already made them quiet. It's kind of interesting how he and Kanji have similar views, but, I mean, Kanji was the one who went and actually beat them up.
Oh.
I guess now we can see you. You know, I completely glossed over that when I first played. I was like, why is she always standing down here every day? I must have skimmed over that dialogue. And yes, we have Sarasvati. From now on, you want to make sure you have a matching persona whenever you interact with Yukiko. Well, hopefully it's not Office Work Manual. That book sounds mind-numbingly boring. And doesn't matter which one you say here. Career Counselor. I don't think you ever actually meet the Career Counselor. So now we're starting to see more of her thoughts post-Shadow. I haven't mentioned this before, but the confrontation with the shadow is actually a real part of Jungian therapy, and it's always just the first step. See, she doesn't need anyone to take her away. She has the power to do it herself. It feels good getting that off your chest, doesn't it? This is actually the best option here. A secret part-time job, like being a phantom thief or something. Oh, that's interesting. I don't think you actually get that if you haven't accepted the envelope-making job. I'm pretty sure I've done at least one playthrough where I didn't do that and didn't get that dialogue. It is kind of cool how a lot of conversations in this game do change subtly based on a few things you do. And even-numbered rank means a new skill, and this is what I meant when I said that Yukiko's skill set quite easily gets cluttered. She learns the Moodle line through her social link, which can be decent utility against enemies that are immune to fire, but I often find that there's just not much room to keep those on her skill set later in the game. Like, they're decent skills, and it really just goes to show how good Yukiko's other skills are, that they're usually the first ones you drop.
I'll see you later.
Welcome back.
And Dojima has free time again, now that the current case is over. So, yeah, we can make lunch here, but we're not going to do that today. We're going to do that a bit more later on. But yeah, every day where you can make lunch has a different meal, and everyone has a different thing that you need to choose in order to get the best results. I was wrong before, only one of the three options causes you to lose the dish, the other just gives you an average dish rather than a great one. And I think it just goes to show that the reason why I didn't realize is because every time I picked choices blind, it was always the worst option. So, don't put me near a kitchen. Like, I can cook some things, I can make pasta. I'm slowly learning. I want to try and do risotto next. I feel like that's, I've kind of got somewhat of a grasp of it. And yes, once again, gossip in front of the entrance is telling you about new things in town. Oh boy, the tutor job. Unfortunately, you actually need maxed understanding to even start that one. We're not going to be doing that for quite some time, but on a New Game Plus, you can start that job way earlier than you normally would. Washing dishes is actually a new job in Persona 4 Golden. We never end up doing that in the playthrough, but I do have some footage of that from a New Game Plus file, and unlike some of the other things, I have actually not deleted that footage, so I will show that eventually. It's kind of interesting. It works very similarly, I find, to the way the bar in Persona 5 works. And we're actually going to be following her up on this offer. Like I've hinted at, from now until a while, we're going to be focusing very heavily on the Priestess social link. I'm not entirely sure why exactly, but it might be because Yukiko gets an extremely good skill at rank 4 of her social link, and I mean extremely good. Oh, we haven't checked in with Notice Me Senpai Girl for a while. Let's see if she's saying anything new. Oh, Senpai, I'm totally not here to see you or anything. I'm just studying for the exams that aren't for months. Yeah. Sadly, this guy has nothing new for us. In fact, he won't have anything new for us for quite a while. Which is sort of a shame. That kind of ties into something that I do feel about education sometimes, and often, sadly, education is not easy to get for people who aren't wealthy, and that only increases gaps and stuff, and anyway. Yeah, Kanji is definitely a pretty nice guy. Like, he only got violent that one time, and now it's, yeah, everyone seems to think the worst of him now. Which also now reminds me of the Persona 5 protagonist. There's honestly a lot of themes in Persona games regarding, like, rumors and just how they can very easily get carried away, and I think it's especially due to Japan being a very reputation-oriented society, where often just one bad thing can kind of taint you forever. So there are some new jobs available now. Translator. Well, this wasn't new, we had access to this before, but we have enough knowledge to accept this now. And we can also accept the pub dishwasher job. Requires some understanding. We unfortunately never need to do this, but we're going to accept it anyway. Hospital janitor requires diligence. Yeah, we don't have enough for that. It's like the one thing you need diligence for in a max social links run. And tutor, as I said before, requires maxed understanding, but its pay is very, very high. So once we get access to the tutor job, we don't need to worry about money for quite a while. But, yeah, basically the further into the game you go, the easier it is to get money. Early on, money is quite tight, but I still feel that even with the money from later in the game, you still run through it pretty quickly.
Oh. Yes.
There are a lot of areas of Junes that are modelled for the social links, but you never get to fully explore the place, which I feel is a bit of a missed opportunity. There's a lot of Inaba that is mostly just used in social links that you don't get to, like, fully explore it. And I kind of feel that's partially because of this game's status as basically a Persona 3 ROM hack with pretty much no budget. Yukiko's happy for some reason, even though she claims to hate the inn. I love the other two options, but obviously this one is the nicest. You suddenly felt sweat rolling down his back. You get an honest opinion, alright? Unfortunately, this option requires courage. So option B is the next best thing. I'm sure we still have enough points to rank it up next time anyway. When you think about it, getting a persona is basically gaining self-confidence. It's kind of what that power represents. Well, one of the many, many things it represents. Iron Will is actually an aspect of the Japanese Yamato Nadeshiko archetype that Yukiko kind of falls into, but she also defies in a lot of ways, that many people kind of forget. I mean, the original Yamato Nadeshiko were taught to defend their homes with a naginata if anyone attempted to invade, so yeah. Yukiko's follow-up attack is, well, everything is a downgrade compared to Chie's. Well, I guess we'll talk about hers the next time we're in the dungeon, which unfortunately won't be for a little while. Oh no.
I'll see you later.
Yukiko plus seafood is a very bad combination.
Welcome home.
I suppose while I'm here, I can go ahead and just kind of show what, like, the dishwasher job looks like. Even though we will never end up doing it. Oh, hey, Adachi.
Oh,
Yeah, so this means that the next rank of his social link must be done in the daytime. He'll often hint at what time you can do his social links. Some ranks happen in the day, some happen at night. His is a very bizarre social link. But yeah, we can work here now, and I suppose I'll show some footage now of what that looks like. Do we have anything we can exchange? Oh yeah, it looks like we've got some new things. Although, Kanji hasn't officially joined the party yet. But we do have access to a few more things. I kind of like the tambourine for Yukiko. Also, Flying Disc, a Junes original brand that is definitely not a frisbee. Please don't sue us. Sometimes it's easy to forget how a lot of things, like terms for things that we take for granted are actually trademarks. Although some of them are dependent on the culture, like not so much the trademark, but more like what they're used for. So like, for example, a lot of people in America sometimes call tissues Kleenex. We do not do that in Australia. They're just tissues here. But we do have our own, like, brand name, they call it brand name takeover, I think, on TV tropes. But we have our own version of that, is that we call iceboxes Eskies. That's actually a brand name, but it's basically the exact same thing as people saying Kleenex for tissues in America. We're getting quite a lot in this session. I might want to continue this part for a little bit. We haven't had, like, any new social links or any bios or anything, so we might as well get a lot of rank ups done. Yeah, Yukiko is available a lot right now. Okay, this is actually one of the more interesting classroom segments, I find. So yeah, I've seen a lot of historians talking about this online, and like in books and things like that. It's often said that the ancient Egyptians used slaves to build the pyramids. I mean, they definitely used slaves in general, but they just happened to not build the pyramids. This line's kind of interesting, although I don't think her older brother would be the samurai-obsessed teacher from P3. Although, considering what she's saying, maybe she actually is his sister. I wonder about that. I think they have different surnames, but that's definitely still possible. And this is another memorization question. I don't have a magician persona, but I think I'm probably still fine on this. We don't actually interact with Yosuke again for a while, and I think we have another magician plus points dialogue option. But yeah, it's the attendance logs. People excavate a lot of interesting things, like when I was in Rome I learned that people found betting records near the Colosseum. Hangover. So, yeah. This line right here is pretty much a good summary of this game's main themes. Oh, it's still 2 music notes. Hopefully we're okay with this social link. If not, I can always sacrifice a book to do the shrine in the nighttime. So yeah, apparently the Bible says the Egyptians enslaved the children of Israel with backbreaking labor, but that doesn't say anything about the pyramids. And apparently some of the best builders who worked on the pyramids were even bestowed the honor of being buried alongside the pharaohs they served. So they certainly got a lot more respect than most people thought they did. I think they took like a very, very long time to build though, like many, many years. And what we are going to say Yukiko today, what we probably do need is to make sure that we have a Hierophant and a Justice persona before nighttime today.
Yes.
Because we're going to maintain the garden, and that's going to increase our points with Dojima and Nanako. Oh, I remember this rank. It looks normal, yes. So, another courage-locked option. At least it's not like Fuka, where her cooking is so bad you need max courage to even start her social link. So it doesn't really matter which one you say here. Oh no, that's disconcerting. The omelette-looking thing, another line that I like a lot. I can just picture Johnny Youngbush's take on you from the anime with this scene. Well, it didn't kill us.
Thank you. Oh, Big Bro!
Oh no, we need to get this away from her. I can just picture you eating the whole thing just to stop Nanako from having some. Yes, if you make a good one. That's a very big if.
Oh. Thank you.
Wow, okay then. And already up to rank 4. And rank 4, as I've hinted at, is a very important rank for her social link. Even if you're not going for all of them, you probably want to get at least this far. Divine Grace. This increases the effects of healing, which turns her Medea from not good and barely enough to heal off most damage on hard mode to some of the most efficient healing for SP in the entire game. She didn't get this in the vanilla PS2 version, so this actually makes the game a lot easier once she learns this.
I'll see you later.
I think it's actually, is it possible to fight Shadow Kanji after you get that? It might be, and if that's the case, it's probably a lot, yeah, probably makes things way easier.
Welcome back.
So yeah, they'll be ready for harvesting in about 1 day, and it's said that maintaining the garden right before the crops grow is going to increase the yield, so let's do that. This is the one action involving the garden that uses time. I'm actually not entirely sure if I even need this, because I think Diligence is already ranked up, and I think the guide only does this to increase Diligence, but it's more points with Nanako anyway, and her social link desperately needs points, so I'm definitely going to take this. Yeah, conveniently there was a mound of dirt and bricks. And tools.